Hello everyone, today I'd like to talk about the full moon in Sagittarius that's coming up tomorrow night at 9:02 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, and the full moon will be at 29 degrees of Sagittarius 32 minutes, opposing the Sun in Gemini at 29 degrees 32 minutes. So that's the full moon is exact. That's when the Sun-Moon cycle is culminating. It's a time for releasing and letting go. So let's explore this a little bit further. Now, just generally, we have 6 planets in mutable signs at this time, including, as well as Chiron and the North Node. That's a time of change and flux. Mutable is all about going with the flow, adapting to change. This is a very mutable year. So things that might have seemed permanent in your life may not be so permanent. So it's a time for adapting, and things could be quite up in the air at times. And the mutable signs are Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo and Pisces. Now, Sagittarius, the sign of beliefs, philosophies, wisdom, optimism. It's about being visionary, seeing into the future, the search for meaning, and being adventurous. The higher mind, we call that. And Gemini, it's an air sign. It's about being communicative, rational, the rational mind, gathering lots of pieces of information, so the data gatherer, and disseminating, so communicating, getting the facts out there by email, phone, talking. And it's also about learning, more the early learning and mental activity. Okay, so the key to this full moon is to integrate those two opposing energies. So speaking our beliefs or walking our talk. So whatever we believe, we need to express that. So we need to be genuine and not to worry about whether our beliefs aren't the same as our partners, because the Sun is butted up here in conjunction to Venus. So identifying with your own value system is important at this time. Now, the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. So the ruler of this full moon is the planet Jupiter. And we can see that Jupiter is in a whole grand cross, a mutable grand cross with 3 other planets. So we've had the Jupiter-Saturn square that's been ongoing, and also the Saturn-Neptune square that's been ongoing. And now Mercury, the ruler of Gemini, fills in that empty leg of that T-square, forming a grand cross aspect pattern in mutable signs. So with Jupiter squaring Saturn, Jupiter's all about expanding, going beyond, growing. So it's about, moving beyond existing boundaries. Where Saturn is a contraction energy, staying within our limits and our safe boundaries. So there could be some backwards and forwards or internal tension, feeling about, I need to go over here and grow and expand my horizons, but we have to stay within our limits, and we have to stay with what's real and do the work, and not get too carried away with ourselves. Saturn as well, squaring Neptune, which has been in play most of this year. So Saturn, it's all about what's real. It rules an earth sign, it rules Capricorn, so it's about the practicalities and being realistic. It's about form, structure, boundaries, as we said. Neptune is about none of that. It's quite antithetical to Saturn. It's about what's unreal. It's about our illusions, fantasies, our dreams, our ideals, rather than what's real. And it's also about no boundaries and that urge to merge. The sea, Neptune rules Pisces. Pisces is all, and Neptune's all about the ocean. So there's no bounds on that water and emotions. So the way to maybe deal with these tense or frustrating energies can be to plan, work, be disciplined about reaching our ideals. So keeping our feet on the ground while we're having these visions of what's ideal in our lives. Also Mercury, ruler of Gemini, also Virgo, is squaring Neptune. So that's about being imaginative. One of the ways of dealing with this energy might be to use our creative imagination to meditate. Also get a bit grounded with this Saturn involved. And show compassion and empathy in our communications with others. Mercury also squares Jupiter. So that's making those big plans for the future. Thinking big, thinking, oh well, I can do this and this and this and this. But when it comes down to it, maybe Saturn will step in and go, we have to get real here, we can only do 1, 2 and 3 and not 10 things. So just be mindful of overdoing things. Yep, so making big plans for the future, and Mercury also opposes Saturn at this time. So think and plan and work and take responsibility and be committed and work towards those dreams and also those big goals. Okay, so this 29 degrees, that's right at an ending degree of the sign. We had our last full moon on the 22nd of May at 1 degree Sagittarius. And now we're right at that culmination point, that 29 degrees, or what astrologers call an anaretic or critical degree, before the moon pops over into the next sign of Capricorn. So it's about accumulating all the knowledge from that sign, and maybe it's like, well, this is what I believe, and then it's like cutting loose and going, letting go, and I don't believe that anymore, and finding some sort of new belief system or new philosophies. This occurs just before the solstice, so we have the solstice, winter solstice here in Australia on the 21st of June, and that heralds the beginning of winter, and we have our shortest day. So the sun will move into Cancer, which is a water sign, so we're more tuning into our feelings and emotions, and it's also a cardinal sign, so it's initiating, so it's a new season. The moon will also move into Capricorn, so in the opposing sign. So think about what new beginnings we might like to make, but bear in mind all this mutable energy, and remember to stay a bit grounded and centered with all this going on, all these urges to being pulled this way and that way and this way and that way. So for me, I would stay grounded, meditate and tune into yourself and see what comes up for you the strongest. Okay, so thank you for listening. You can read more about me on my website, theLeftandRightBrain.com.au, and I'm at the Mystic Hippie Gifts and Healing Shop every Wednesday at 375 High Street, Maitland, New South Wales, and there's other lovely readers there as well, psychic mediums. So I'll see you next time. Thank you.